simple carburetor is working, then it will be easier for you to understand the different type of carburetors like Solex, Carter carburetor, SU or Zenith carburetor. Okay, so a fast recap I want from 2 to 3 students regarding that simple carburetor, working of simple carburetor. I will share the PPT slide and be ready. Yesterday I have told that some of the students have to recap it. Yes. So this is your simple carburetor. Now, who is going to explain it? Any one of the students? Raise your hands in the Zoom app. Those who are able to explain it. Or else I will call the name. We have now 17 participants. Fast recap. Whatever is in your mind, in your memory regarding the simple carburetor.
Sir,
Yes, very good.
simple
315.
a simple
Okay.
carburetor has a float chamber,
Okay.
float,
Okay.
and the fuel is sucked into the inlet port by the air entering.
Okay.
It it has a fuel metering jet clip, which will stop the overflow of fuel into the chamber, sir.
Very good.
Uh, Here at this something like globes, there the velocity increases and pressure decreases. Due to the
Okay.
decrease in pressure, the fuel is sucked into that inlet, sir.
Very good. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. Very good. I really appreciate your attempt to explain the working of this simple carburetor. Anybody else? 384. Are you there? 384.
Yes, sir. Sir, I
Okay.
am Rahul.
Yes, Rahul. Explain the working of simple carburetor. Yesterday you were there in the class?
Yes, sir, but due to some network issue, I am unable to hear clearly yesterday's class, sir. So that's why I'm.
You have to find a better option for your network because this complete entire semester will be online only. Okay. And many students, they are not taking these classes seriously. That's why I am asking this. Uh, I'll call few more roll numbers. 352. Nisar Ahmed, where are you? Are you here? 352. 352 is not present today. Okay. Who is 392? 392. Are you there? Yes. Who is this 392? What is your name? Rajab Ali. Yes, very good. You explain the working of the simple carburetor. See yourself. Yesterday, I have taken 1 hour to explain the working of this simple carburetor. Okay. I'm asking you to just say for 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever is there in your memory, what I have taught you in your yesterday's class. From 60-minute or 50-minute class. Okay, 50-minute class. Whatever is in your memory, you tell me, Rajab Ali. 1 or 2 minutes. See, now you people are final year students. Many companies will visit to your campus, or you will visit many of the campuses outside for your job interview. So you have a very good communication skill, and you have to be ready to speak it up. Okay, because it is not like in your classroom as teacher forces you to speak something or give the presentation. Now you are going to enter into your real world. Okay, university or engineering college, it is the virtual prototype. It is the prototype of your real life. You have enjoyed your prototype life. Now the real world outside is waiting for you. Okay, so you have to improve your communication skill. And how it will improve? It will improve when you come up and you will say something. And when you will say something, when you listen carefully. To be a good speaker, you have to be first listener, good listener. If you will simply switch on your mobile phone, start the class, and you are doing or engaged in some other activity, you will not be able to explain the things. And at the end of the semester, you will ask, sir, please give some important question here. So in the industry, it will not help you. Okay. Anyhow, one of your friend has very good has given a very good explanation. If anybody else who wants to voluntarily explain, give the explanation, then that is fine, or else I will move ahead. Yes, is there anyone? Karthik, yes, very good.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, Rajab Ali.
Rajab Ali, very good. चलो शुरू हो जाओ.
Sir, इसमें ISO points is बोलता हूँ sir. Same Karthik has explained no sir. Same like that.
No issue. Whatever is in your memory, that I want to listen. Okay, because suppose Karthik has said something. 315. What is his name? I don't know. 315 has explained just now. Okay, so you will explain. So what other students will hear it, and if it is out of their mind, then again it will come back to his mind memory. Got my point? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is a kind of revision, and this subject is completely theoretical. Completely theoretical. You have only drawings, diagrams. You have to sketch, draw. Question will be like this: with neat sketch, explain the working of simple carburetor. With neat sketch, in every question that will be compulsory. With neat sketch, explain the working of fuel system in SI engines. Like that, it will the questions will be asked. Okay, so how you will write the theoretical questions? You have to first listen carefully, keep the things in your mind. Okay, you have the practice to draw the drawings. Okay, then only you will be able to draw something. If directly, suppose first time if you are drawing that Solex carburetor or this simple carburetor, if you are drawing for the first time in your examination, you will draw some other adventurous thing. It will not look like that carburetor. Okay, so do practice regularly. Rajab Ali, now start
Yes.
speaking whatever you want to tell.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The simple carburetor has different parts and such as a flow chamber, jet tube, throttle valve,
Okay.
and with the help of fuel pump, fuel is supplied to fuel chamber, and it throttle regulate the flow of air and
Okay.
fuel mixture.
Okay.
It connects to the accelerator while increasing while increasing it connect to the accelerator.
Very good.
And choke choke regulate the flow of air.
Very good. In normal position, choke is always open or closed?
Close, sir.
If the choke valve is closed, then how the air will enter inside the carburetor?
In normal position, well,
Yes, in normal position.
yes,
Choke is open or closed? Normal running condition when
not well.
just say something. You apply choke when your bike or automobile does not start. Okay, so what actually you do, the choke in normally it is in open condition. Okay, this butterfly valve, this is nothing else but it is a butterfly valve. Okay, so it allows all the airs to move inside your this carburetor. Okay, but during your cold start, okay, when your engine is not starting, in that situation you need to supply rich mixture. Okay, so during that condition you apply the choke. It means you are closing this gate butterfly valve. You are closing this butterfly valve. Okay, so you are regulating the air, the quantity of air going inside this carburetor. Okay, so fuel is coming more. How that is working, I will explain it in the next diagram. Okay, the starting circuit, how it is working. So yeah, the main motto is to provide rich mixture. That's why you apply the choke and close the butterfly valve. Karthik, you want to say something? You want to add some information in it?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, fuel.
Okay, you tell me one thing. What is the function of this vent?
It maintains atmospheric pressure, sir.
Yes. So all of you listen carefully. In this float chamber, it is open to atmosphere. One vent is there, small vent is there, so that it is the fuel available in this float chamber is at atmospheric pressure. Okay.
So,
yes.
Fuel is supplied in the float chamber with the help of a needle valve.
Okay.
And we know continuity equation that when area decreases,
Yes.
velocity increases.
Yes.
If velocity increases, pressure drops.
Okay.
So as pressure drops at the here at the middle of the diagram,
Okay.
there the pressure drops. So if the pressure drops, the suction will be improved. So
Okay.
suction of the fuel will be occurred there,
Okay.
and air quantity and fuel will mix up and will be supplied to the engine.
Very good. Very good explanation. So this is the working of your simple carburetor that we have seen yesterday. We have done a fast recap of your what we have discussed yesterday. Today we will see Solex carburetor. And as I have told you in previous classes also, this is very important for your examination point of view. Okay. So what are the requirements of an automobile carburetor? First, ease of starting the engine, particularly under low ambient condition. Okay, ability to give full power quickly after the starting the engine, good and smooth engine operation at various loading conditions, good and quick acceleration of the engine, develop sufficient power at high engine speed, simple and compact in construction, and good fuel economy. So these are the important requirements of an automobile carburetor. So four type of carburetors are there in your syllabus: Solex carburetor, Carter carburetor, SU carburetor, and Zenith carburetor. We will see all of them one by one. Starting with the Solex carburetor. Solex carburetor is famous for its starting, good performance, and reliability. It consists of various circuits such as starting, idling, low speed, normal running, and acceleration circuit. Here you can see these circuits. What I have written here: starting, idling, low speed, normal running, and acceleration. These are 5 conditions. Okay, these are the different conditions in which carburetor has to supply different quality of your air fuel mixture. So how that carburetor is working in starting condition, how it is working in idling condition. So for this, there are different arrangements, geometrical or functional arrangement in the carburetor. So we will see all of them one by one, how it is starting, how it is idling, how it is working in low speed, how it is working during the acceleration. Okay. So a brief history of this Solex carburetor. Solex is a French manufacturer of carburetors and powered bicycle Velo Solex. Solex carburetor is used in many European automobile industries, big industries such as Rolls-Royce, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz. So this carburetor are invented by Marcel Menesson and Maurice Goddard. These are the founder of your this Solex carburetor and the company as well. So it is widely used in many European makers and also used in passenger cars and commercial vehicles. Okay, so this is the diagram of your Solex carburetor. You can see what we have drawn in our simple carburetor. Similar components you will be able to see here with some addition of the geometrical features to compensate this starting, idling in slow condition, normal running, and acceleration. So all of you listen carefully. Okay, I'll start one by one. I will tell everything, how starting is occurring, how idling in slow condition this carburetor is working. Okay, and you have to draw this diagram and you have to explain it also. Okay, so see here on this side, this is the special arrangement in our Solex carburetor. This is the special arrangement. You can see I am marking it in red color. This is called as bi-starter circuit. Okay, which is helpful for your starting. So all the circuits I will mark here. The second is your idling and slow speed condition. So this is your circuit for idling and slow speed. I'm marking it in your blue color. This is your idling and slow condition circuit. Now normal running. For normal running, this is your circuit. Here you can see one emulsion tube is there, nozzle is there, horizontal nozzles, and air correction jet is there. Or let me make it with some other color, then it will be useful. Easy to recognize. This is your circuit for normal working condition. This green color. Okay, and the final is your acceleration circuit. For acceleration circuit, this at the above location you can see I'm marking it in yellow color. This is your acceleration circuit. Means during acceleration you need more amount of fuel to be injected inside the carburetor. For that, this is your acceleration circuit. Along with, here is also a one part of your acceleration circuit, acceleration pump. Here you can find out. So in your examination they can ask you explain the working of Solex carburetor directly. Okay, or they can ask any one of them, explain the acceleration circuit, how it is attained in your Solex carburetor, any one of them. Okay, so in that situation, if any one is asking, then you have to go and explain that one only. If it is not mentioned, then you have to explain all of them. Okay, this will be a 10-mark question. Now see one by one all of them, starting with our starting circuit. Again, what is here? Again, it is some introduction part is written here. Actually, it should be before that diagram. Solex carburetor is a downdraft carburetor. This is important question. In the yesterday's class, I have told you about downdraft, updraft, and horizontal draft. So your Solex carburetor is downdraft carburetor. It is used mostly in automobile engines. As we already discussed, the main drawback of simple carburetor. Okay, here is also what is the drawback of the simple carburetor. The drawback is to maintain air fuel ratio at one throttle position. At one throttle position, it maintains only one air fuel ratio. Okay, it does not modify or changes the amount or proportion of the fuel with air mixture. The Solex carburetor can provide rich mixture when engine needs to start and supply the lean mixture when cruising. Okay, cruising means traveling with smooth economical speed. Okay, this carburetor has different fuel discharge circuit so that it can deliver different mixtures for different operating condition, such as engine starting, idling, low speed operation, normal operation, and acceleration. Solex carburetor were used by many European makers under the license of Mikuni in Asia until mid-80s, when the fuel injection was widely adopted. Among European countries who used Solex carburetor were these companies. Okay, and in Japan also, the many companies are using in the vehicles like Toyota, Mitsubishi, Suzuki, Nissan, and Yamaha. Now we will come to the normal operating condition. Okay, so in normal operating condition, first focus on the diagram. I'll explain you, then we will see the text what I have written here. Under normal working condition, the fuel, okay, here you can see one needle valve is there. The fuel from your fuel tank, it is coming to this float chamber. Once it is coming up to the defined level, okay, this needle will close this supply point. Okay, so after that, this is your main jet. I'm marking it in red color. Okay, up to here, this is your main jet from where your fuel will enter into this emulsion tube. Emulsion tube means here you have horizontal holes in the pipeline, in these pipes. Okay, emulsion means it will mix up with the air. From where the air will come? Air will come from your top side. And one air correction jet is also there. Some part of the air will come inside this also. You can see a venturi. Venturi means reduction in the cross section. There is a reduction in the cross section like this. At this location, that will create the suction in this area. Reduced cross section here to create the suction in this area. When the suction will be created, it will suck the air from this float chamber. Okay. And as this throttle valve will be open when you are when the engine is running at the normal condition, the fuel will come and the air will come from this side. A emulsion will be formed and it will be atomized and it will go to your engine or the combustion chamber through your intake manifold. So this is the normal running condition circuit. Okay, let's see here what it is written. The main metering jet will discharge the fuel into the venturi throat tube. This area is called as your venturi throat tube. Okay, the reduced cross-sectional area. The fuel from the main metering jet will go into the air bleed emulsion system. This is your air bleed emulsion system where the air and fuel will get mixed up. Air correction jet calibrates the air entering through it and ensures the air fuel balance. This is your air correction jet. You can see at this location air will enter into it and it will balance or ensure the proper mixing of your air and fuel. The metered emulsion of air and fuel is supplied through the spraying orifice or nozzles. Okay, these nozzles are drilled horizontally on the vertical pipe of this choke tube. Okay, you can see horizontal holes are there on this choke tube. Okay, so through this air will be supplied to this venturi throat. There is a throttle valve provided at the end of the tube. This is your throttle valve to control the air fuel mixture quantity supplied to the engine. This valve, also known as conventional butterfly valve, as I have told you earlier that this is a conventional butterfly valve. With this circuit, the engine can run at the normal running with Solex carburetor. But for other operating condition of the engine, we use different fuel circuit for different operating conditions. So this is the working of your normal running condition. You note down it fast. I'll give you 5 minutes to draw the diagram and note down these notes. One big diagram you draw, okay, the practice of this diagram is very much important, and with your pencil you can draw the different circuits and note down this theory part, the bullet points that I have written here. I'll give you 5 minutes. Do it fast.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, what about other circuits here, sir? Like, there will be any valves like to restrict the flow of fuel into other circuits, sir?
Yes. Since here, see, air will always flow from high pressure zone to low pressure zone. Okay. Once I will explain this starter circuit, okay, then you came to know why the air will not go to in this direction, because here there will be more suction. So automatically the air will come in this direction for your normal working conditions. Okay. So one by one, as I will explain you all the 4 circuits, then your picture will be clear what you have asked right now. Draw the diagram first, all of you. Here in this diagram, one of the student is asking that no vent hole is there in this float chamber. So uh, that we have seen in our simple carburetor. Here in Solex carburetor, that vent is not there. Or there will be some vent, it is not shown here in this diagram, because we need some pressure difference, then only the fluid will flow into your this venturi zone. Okay, so maybe in this diagram that is meshing. Yes. To maintain the atmospheric pressure, there should be some vent. Once you completed drawing this figure, type in your chat box, completed, sir. Then I will move on to the next slide and do it fast. We have 3 more circuits. If you completed drawing the diagram, write CS completed, sir, in the chat box. One student completed, waiting for the others. Okay, this diagram is there in the next slide also. So I will explain all the three circuits, then you complete the diagram. Yeah, cold start and warming condition. We will see how the circuit is working during your cold start. The presence of inline progressive starter is the main and unique feature of this Solex carburetor. This line is talking about this circuit, bi-starter circuit. Okay, the starter valve, which is in the form of flat disc plate, has holes with different sizes. So this is your plate. This flat disc you can see. On this plate there are holes with different diameters. Okay, here you can see flat disc is mentioned, and this is your starter jet. Starter jet is located at this location. Okay, this dashed lines you can see, it is connected to your fuel tank or your float chamber. So it means the fuel is coming from this pipeline. There is a starter petrol jet. It will be coming to from this area. Okay, these holes in the flat disc connects the starter petrol jet and starter air jet, which opens below the throttle valve. Okay, the air will come inside this portion during starting. Okay, and the air from this side and your fuel is coming from this side. Okay, it will be mixed in this area. Okay, and you can see here one more vent is there provided here. Let me change the color of pen. And that mixture will come from this side and it will go through this passage just below your throttle valve. Okay, since we need a rich mixture, it means we have to reduce the quantity of air supply. During starting position, this throttle valve will be in closed position. Okay, so no air will be coming to your main carburetor passage. So one pilot line is here, that is from this side the air will enter, and at this location it will be mixed with your petrol that is coming from this line, and the mixture, rich mixture of your air and fuel will go down to your just below the throttle valve. And this flat disc, as I have told you, on this flat disc different size holes are there. Okay, suppose even more rich mixture is required, in that situation the bigger hole is connected with the help of this starter lever. Okay, so as per the requirement, the hole size are set with this starter lever. For starting, a rich mixture of air and fuel is required. So in the start position of the engine, bigger holes on the flat disc are connecting holes. After the engine had started, the starter lever comes to the middle position, and now small holes on the flat disc are connecting holes. Due to these holes, the amount of petrol required reduces. So this is about your cold starting and warming positions. After this, we will see one by one all of them. Then I will give you the time to draw and write down the remaining portions. Okay, now see the idling position and the acceleration circuit. So first we will see idling and slow speed operation. So for idling, as I have told you, this is your idling circuit. Okay, this is your idle port. You can see here idling condition means there is no load on the vehicle, but your vehicle is in operating condition. Okay, means your engine is running but your vehicle is not moving. Okay, In that situation, we need rich mixture. So how we will supply that? In idling and slow speed operation, the pilot jet is taken from the main jet. Okay, it is in the throttle valve is in closed position. Here you can see one pilot jet is there. From this location, air will enter inside your this pilot jet stream or pilot air bleed. Okay, and the throttle is closed completely. Therefore, the suction applied to the pilot jet. Idling screw is used for variation in delivery of the petrol through this jet. It allows the mixture to become rich. Here you have the idling screw that can be adjusted for the required quality of your air fuel mixture. In this situation, the fuel from this main jet enters into the pilot jet. Okay, for petrol, let me use some other color. Yeah, for petrol, I'm using red color. The fuel from the main jet, it enters into your pilot jet. Okay, and air will enter from the mainstream using this pilot jet, and it mixed at this location. Okay, and the mixture of your air and fuel will go just below, and this is the mixture of your air and fuel, and it will be injected just below the idling throttle valve, and this is called as your idle port. This is for your idle running condition. Now for slow speed, what will happen? You start gaining your accelerator and your throttle valve will start opening. Okay, so it will start opening means small opening will be there. Okay, so in that situation, what will happen? This passage you can see here, slow speed opening. Here you have a slow speed opening. So at this location, the air and fuel mixture, what it was coming from this region to your idle port, it will come into your mainstream using this slow speed opening port. Okay, so this is your idling and slow speed operation. Now, the last one is your acceleration. During acceleration, let me first clear this one. During acceleration, what we do, here you can see, as I have told you, we have a acceleration pump jet. Okay, acceleration pump is installed at this location. Here you can see one inlet valve is there, one ball is over there. How it works, I will tell you. And one diaphragm pump is located here. Diaphragm. Okay, once the pedal is pressed using this pump lever, this diaphragm will come into this direction. Okay, when the accelerator pedal will be pressed, okay, this will go in this direction, so this will go in that direction. It will press this diaphragm pump and force the oil present over here in this acceleration pump. Okay, acceleration pump is written, it means here you don't have any extra arrangement. Here you have only one spring. This dotted lines are nothing but the cross section of your spring. These springs are holding this diaphragm pump to its initial position. Once the accelerator pedal is pressed, this diaphragm is pressing it. Once it is pressing it, the fuel will go in this line. And it will be injected in your mainstream. Acceleration means more power is required. Okay, when more power is required means more quantity of fuel is required. To supply the more quantity of fuel, this is the separate arrangement that is done for your acceleration. So let's see what is written here. The diaphragm pump system is provided in the Solex carburetor, which is used to provide an extra quantity of fuel during acceleration. When you press the accelerator lever for more acceleration, the pump lever, which is connected to the accelerator lever, also get pressed. Due to this, the fuel is compressed and it allows the flow through the pump jet and acceleration pump injector. Here you have acceleration pump injector. At this location, the fuel will be injected inside this air fuel mixing chamber. Okay, so by this way we are supplying extra quantity of fuel inside your this mixing chamber. Now once you are releasing this pedal, what is happening? Once you release this pedal, due to the spring force, here's one spring is mounted, it will come back to its original position. So while coming to its original position, what will happen? A suction will be created in this location. Okay, so when the suction will be created, here you can see one ball is there, a conical funnel is there, on that one ball is there to allow the flow of this fuel in only one direction. So once the suction will be created, this ball will be lifted in upward direction and fuel will once again be filled inside this acceleration pump. So this is the functioning of your acceleration circuit. Now note down the notes and complete your drawing. Once you completed this idling and acceleration, type in the chat box. I will move on to the previous slide so that you can note down that also. Starting circuit. So here we have seen 4 circuits. First is your normal operation, normal running condition. That is your first point. Second, we have seen starting circuit. Third is your ideal running or slow speed operation. And the fourth one is your acceleration circuit. Now remaining type of your carburetors we will see in tomorrow class. If you have understood the functioning of that simple carburetor, it will be easier for you to understand all the three. The only thing that you need is to remember the diagram. If you remember the diagram, you can easily write its working with your own words. One of the student is asking me, why idling waste of fuel? It is not running. So I'm not able to understand what you are asking. Are you asking that during idling condition, why we are supplying rich mixture? If this is your question, then uh, during idling condition means your engine is running, okay, but your vehicle is not moving. It means your accelerator is in zero position, completely closed position. Your throttle valve is closed position, okay. You have to supply the fuel for the overcome the frictional in your engine. There are so many moving parts are there na. Piston rings are in contact with the cylinder liners, okay, a crankshaft. So there are so many connecting members are there. So to overcome that friction, we need to supply the fuel so that the engine will keep on in running position only. Okay, so for that actually we need to supply a rich mixture. Okay, so that is why we are supplying the rich mixture. It is only to overcome the friction of your all contacting members inside your engines. Complete your diagram. Those who have completed, they can type in the chat box, completed sir, and they can sign off the meeting. They can leave the class. Now I'm going to stop the screen share. I hope you all have drawn this diagram. We will meet again tomorrow, same time, and we will discuss the remaining of our carburetors.